Welcome back to the channel and to the back nine at Headingley Golf Club, where I'm attempting to make the cut at the recent Yorkshire Amateur Championship. We're starting off on the beautiful par 3 10th, one of the best holes on the course, with my partner Jack Lampkin, who did exceptionally well. This is a 6-iron into a very tough hole.
Worth the wait.
Absolutely piped that one straight at the flag. Thought I might have spuffed it in.
I'm in the fucking spoon.
Haven't. I'm over the back somehow.
We'll have to get myself some
Questionable club choice, but it was into quite a big breeze, or so I thought. Already having to get inventive though. This is a bladed sand wedge because I was up against the collar, and it's no fun trying to putt or chip that. But I have managed to make par, and I'm happy with that to start. Now you might think, he's even par, he only has to get to +3, but actually +2 is probably the mark, especially because I'm already level par, so a poor back 9 is really going to cost me here. This is the 11th hole and is incredibly difficult because there's out of bounds to the right where you're in some farmer's field and a ditch to the left, and this massive tree that's somehow got in the way. I'm having to hit a very low 8-iron, trying to cut it around the tree. But I've somehow managed to overdo it, which was a surprise, and I've just smashed it straight into the front bunker. And if you watch the front 9, I had no look out of the bunker on the front, and it was garbage, and this is not much better. Not happy, swear words aplenty there, and I've hit it over the back, and now bogey's looking like a decent outlook. It certainly is after that woeful chip. This could be a disaster. Thankfully not, and a 5 is probably not the end of the world there. Or so I thought until I walked onto the 12th, which is the longest par 4 probably ever that I've played. Massive, massive bunkers on the right, which you just cannot go in, otherwise that's auto bogey. And pretty thick trees on the left, so quite a narrow landing area, which I have found with aplomb. And this driver's gone downhill about 320, and I've only got a little 8-iron in. And this looks sumptuous in the air, and that's putting it mildly and humbly. I'm so modest. This for birdie then, aiming way outside, well and truly overlooked the break there, and it didn't quite turn as much as I'd hoped, but a solid par is not to be sniffed at there. And we move to 14, another beautiful par 3. Not entirely sure how it's SI18. This is a 7-iron. It's into the breeze again, and you literally cannot miss the green, otherwise you're in shambles to a huge degree. There's huge bunkers on the left, a massively sloping green. I've gone long, so I've now got a downhill chip. However, I'm yet again blading a sand wedge because I'm in an awful line, just didn't know what else to do. And this has got 3 written all over it. I've hit 2 good shots. And I have made a 3. That's 3 good shots on that hole, and I'll take that. So now on to the only par 5 on the back 9, and a bit of respite after a bogey and a couple of nice pars. We only really have 1 shot to play with here. Possibly 2. But that's not good. Hands come off the club. And it's heading tree bound, and we're off into the woods. Get your machetes out. Now, I had no line through the trees, so this is just an 8-iron chip out. I was just trying to hit a low cut around this first tree to try and get me back in position, but just ended up hitting a flop shot 8-iron to here. And we still have a 9-iron in. Not too bad after the drive, but still a long way back. But I've hit a nice one there. It's pin high and just right of the hole, and we now have 20 feet for birdie. And this would give us some semblance of safety if I could knock this in. But I've not hit the putt hard enough. Safe to say that happens pretty much 100% of the time.
Look. The lesser spotted Jack Lampkin
here
with his tallywhacker out. Just didn't know. Would I see anything?
Absolutely not.
Just a shriveled mushroom top. And there's a main road like 3 yards from him. Someone's going to crash.
Well, that was my playing partner Jack. You don't often see that. But here we go, yet another difficult hole. I say that a lot here. It's a long course, especially off these back tees. 440 into a narrow landing area. And I've missed the landing area, that's for true. I'm off hunting in the trees again. Don't really have much here. The green's forward and to the right, and I've got a big bunker to get over. And I've done the safe thing and actually laid up just short of it. I say short of it, I could have easily gone in it. But we're just chipping on here. Chipping's been quite good today. But I didn't get up far enough. The green's a bit squidgy here. Left it way short, and this for par. That isn't going to go. Not really a tap in either. But I've managed to make it, and now we're on tenterhooks. We have to play the last 3 in level par or better here to make the cut, and it's not a particularly easy closing stretch. This hole doesn't appear too difficult at 360 yards downhill. There's bunkers to avoid off the tee, which I'm fortunate to avoid, and we're in the middle of the fairway. And even though I say I've got 65 yards to the green, this is an Alistair Mackenzie classic. Just slopes all over the show. Thank God the pin's at the front. And I don't rate that shot whatsoever. I haven't even made it to the green. Could have been a birdie opportunity. Now that putt looked fairly horrific, but it did take several bobbles on the way. But I will tap him for par, and that's 1 out of 3. Let's make a segue to Jack Lampkin, God of Golf and Slayer of Courses. He has walked in front of the shot tracer though, so I might slay him myself.
Oh my God.
But he's just knocked that, and we thought it might have gone in the
It's
hole.
literally about
or at least
3
I
inches
did.
away.
We'll come back to that. Here's my attempt. A slightly downhill but longish par 3, and this is a 7-iron. Literally can't miss right, otherwise you're just in the wilderness. Nothing to be said for that. And there are some sneaky bunkers that you definitely don't want to go in left because, well, you just got no shot from there above the hole. But I found the green. Ow, my eyeballs. Don't know why the exposure's so high here. That was my putt for birdie. Not the best attempt, but yet again a par save. Let's see if Jack can convert. He was slightly long of this pin. Fortunately the exposure's starting to help. And I'm going to leave you here to play the 18th, where I need to par to make the cut. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. What the hell was that? This is turning into a disaster. Okay, so that was actually quite a good up and down for bogey in the end, but if we're looking to unpack that, I've missed the cut. I'm unhappy about it, but let's not worry. Hope to see you guys again. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Goodbyes.